How's it going, everybody? My name's Eric Hill, and this is my rough draft. Again, rough draft, not final draft, for my hazard identification project for Monroe County, Pennsylvania. So, starting out, my first slide got simple title slide, name of the county, state, hazard identification. And I put my name, the date, and my class. So, the second slide here goes over some of the background of the county. Starting out, I put that it was founded on April 1st, 1836, from parts of Northampton and Pike County, and the population that lives there. This population does rise drastically in the summer and the winter because Monroe County is a very touristy area. We get a lot of people from all over the country, and Northeast New York being a good majority of them that visit the county every year. And I also put that Monroe County is about 90 miles north of Philadelphia, 75 miles west of New York City, and 114 miles east of the capital of Pennsylvania, Harrisburg. And I think that's important to show that, it's kind of in the middle of all these big areas and how that could affect climate change and how it affects the county in the future, being so close to all these places. So the third slide I have here is the natural hazards that the county could face and does face. So we got floods and flash floods, tropical storms, severe thunderstorms, blizzards, tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, wildfires, and droughts. It's not really in order, but I think on my final project, I'm going to end up having them in order from most common to least common. Floods is definitely the number one in the county, the most common thing that we face. And then I'd say severe thunderstorms and blizzards would be next. Tropical storms, usually when it's a very active hurricane season, Pennsylvania in Monroe County, Northeast Pennsylvania, will get hit with tropical storms. Back in 2012, Hurricane Sandy struck the county. A lot of rain, a lot of wind, closed and damaged a lot of stuff. Wildfires is also a problem that the county does face. Not too much in the past couple years, but it has happened before. And drought is something that can happen usually every other year. There will be a drought in the county. So yeah, that's the natural hazards. And then the man-made hazards here, I have terrorism, cyber attacks, manufacturing disasters, infrastructure failures, wildfires, and transportation hazards. Now I put wildfires on here twice because wildfires can be started by people on purpose and on accident, like we saw in California this past month, and started by some people. And then I have two pictures here. One is by the Tannersville exit there, that shows a truck that was flipped and leaked some fluid everywhere. Then the other one is down by East Stroudsburg, down by the New Jersey border, where they are trying to widen it to 3 lanes. So that's putting out a lot of money and a lot of emissions and stuff from all the building going on there. A lot of backed up traffic, and when accidents happen, that highway, I-80 East, gets backed up quick. Also, a little side note, I am trying to figure out how to make it so I can talk over my slides here. Right now I'm just doing it from my phone, but I'm going to try to figure out a way where I can have myself or my voice over these slides on the final project. So yeah, just a little bit about the man-made stuff. They talk about 2 of the risk areas I believe are at most risk here. So I got the Poconos, which is where I grew up. It's where I lived before moving to Alaska for school. So I have Pocono Raceway, which is hosted every year in July, and it brings a ton of tourists to the county. I got Mount Airy Casino, and resort. I'll add that. Very big casino in Northeast Pennsylvania. People come from all over to see it. My father works there, so it's kind of like a big area to me, you know, for any man-made disaster that could possibly happen, could happen there. So it's one of the things I look out for. 3 water parks: Kalahari, Camelback, and Great Wolf Lodge. The Kalahari is one of the biggest on the East Coast, sitting in our county. And then the Ultra Grain Mill, which I've recently found out is the only ultra grain mill on the East Coast. And then we also have I-80, Interstate 80, and Interstate 380, which merges I-80 and I-84 together. And then I have Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg, which I was born in East Stroudsburg. And so I put East Stroudsburg University and Delaware River, which runs right through the heart of, you know, the Stroud area. It can flood. There are levees in place for that to try to help deter it. I got a little map down here that shows the most prone areas for flooding, which I'll make that larger on the final. Just trying to get an idea here. And yeah, I'm gonna add some more stuff to this area. Definitely go more in detail. And then I put why, my next slide is why it's important: hazard mitigation and climate change. So I put a couple facts of nearly 75% of the residents of Monroe County, PA believe climate change is happening. It's the 8th highest in the state of people believing that it's happening, and how the community is actively trying to combat it. And I also put there how the temperature is rising and what it'll be in 2070 to 2099 at the end there. So I thought that was pretty cool to add. And then last but not least, got some references here. Always could change them, add more, there will definitely be more added to this. Again, this is rough draft, off the phone. Gonna try to figure out how I can get myself to voice over all of this. So thank you. Have a good one.